Stephanie just wrapped up an interview with the number 3 Republican in the House of Representatives, Kevin McCarthy, the House Majority Whip. And he told me in that interview that, again, Republicans are now coalescing around this idea of extending the debt ceiling temporarily to give themselves perhaps more time to force Democrats into spending cuts. The timeline now into mid-April. What they want to do is force Democrats to, again, consider spending cuts and, more importantly, come up with a budget. It would be a condition they would set on, again, extending the debt ceiling. Here's some of my conversation with Congressman McCarthy.
What's important here is the number one thing that both houses need to do is pass a budget. The unfortunate thing, once the majority switched and Republicans took over the House, we've passed 2 budgets that dealt with the plan, like every household has to do, every business. Unfortunately, the Senate has not. So we believe, why don't we give some time? April 15th is the deadline for the Senate to pass one. Go maybe to May 1st or something to that extent. Have the Senate pass a budget.
Now, again, Congressman McCarthy talking with me here as Republicans are wrapping up this retreat and plotting their strategy for the budget battle ahead. Remember, Stephanie, we have not only the debt ceiling deadline coming up, but we also have the automatic sequesters that kick in March 1st, and funding for the government expires on March 27th. The logic here for Republicans is if they push the debt ceiling deadline farther down the line, that they're more likely to get spending cuts, to get Democrats to focus on spending cuts. They're going to boost their leverage is the idea among Republicans. That's why they're considering this. Some question out there as to how markets might interpret this. I asked Congressman McCarthy about that, and again, he said investors should be reassured basically that Republicans are trying to seek spending cuts and put the nation on a better fiscal path. That's the attitude they're taking here as they wrap up this retreat. But the big news here, they would be pushing is, will Democrats accept this kind of temporary extension? The president indicated no at his news conference a few days ago, but ultimately will the White House have to accept this as they negotiate perhaps a longer-term extension down the road?
Peter Cook, thank you for joining us live from Williamsburg, Virginia. We'll be watching not just the market reaction, but as you said, see how Democrats take this. Coming